I was talking to one of my online friends on Twitter, and we were talking about how important it is for us to own black owned businesses and the value of a black owned business, not just to the community, but to the individual itself. And when it comes down to black people, they tend to give value to others, and they value working for others more than they value working for themselves. I noticed that whenever you deal with a lot of black people, they will put a value in working for someone else. For example, if they're working for a big name corporation like a Chrysler or a Warner Brothers, they will see a value in working for that company. However, they won't see the value in working for self because there's what they for them working for self has no value to them. Excuse me. Working for self is something bad. However, working for yourself is something very good because when you work for yourself, you are the person who is feeling motivated to go and do something and accomplish something because it's something that's related to your passion in life, it's related to something you love doing, and it's related to something you care about doing for yourself. And from working from yourself, you get a lot of intangibles related to your own humanity, such as higher self-esteem, higher self-confidence, and a sense of self-worth because you are working towards actualizing your own needs and actualizing your own goals. And when you work towards actualizing your own needs, meeting your own needs, and working towards your own goals, that it shows that you're moving further up your own ladder and you're working towards meeting things related to your standard, not somebody else's. And one of the big problems that are in the black community is that most black people believe that working for somebody else has a higher value, and they believe that if I work for somebody else, I have value. When in actuality, it's the opposite. When you work for yourself, you're saying that you have value, what you're doing has value, and what you're doing has some meaning to you. And when you go out here and you're doing something for yourself, it says something about you as a person because it says that you have enough high self esteem in yourself and you believe in yourself to go for your dreams and go for what you want to do in life and what you want to accomplish in life. And you're not living by somebody else's standard, you're living by your own standard. Now, I know about this because these days I work at my own SJS Direct Publishing imprint, and every day I'm working towards meeting my own goals and working towards taking care of myself because I said to myself way back in the early 2000s that this whole publishing thing, when I was trying to submit books to trade publishers, wasn't going to work. And when I realized it wasn't going to work with these trade publishers because they did not want to create stories featuring positive stories about the African American experience or diverse stories about the African American experience, I decided I would go out and publish my own books and tell the stories I wanted to tell. And in doing that, I was taking initiative in my life and going out here and doing something that I like and sharing my work with other people and not letting other people tell me what the standard would be for what a book should be. Because to me, I said to myself, I don't agree with a lot of this African American fiction out here. I don't agree with the stories that they're telling. I don't like the narrative that they're presenting of African Americans. And if I want to tell my own stories, I need, instead of me complaining about these publishers and their standard, what I need to do is create my own standard. And over the last all going on 9 years, I find that things have really changed for me on the inside as when I started working for myself. And one of the things you get from working for yourself is a higher self-esteem because you learn to value what means to you, and you get a sense of self-worth because you learn to believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing because the only thing that keeps you going is your own self-motivation and you going for what you want to accomplish. And this is something black people, as I see it, really need to learn about is going out to do for self, because the only person who's going to give you the very best in life is you. And the only way you're going to get the best in life is if you go out and do it for yourself. Yes, you need to work at a company to get started at building things, but once you get things going to the point where they can take care of you, you should really focus on that. I mean, the whole purpose, as I see it, of getting a job is towards starting your own business and owning your own enterprise, because the whole thing about working for somebody else is to get to the point where you can work for you and you can actualize your potential as a person, and you can actualize your own goals and achieve and accomplish your own goals, because the only reason why you're going to work for somebody else is so that you can eventually start working for yourself and work towards accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Just like I said in my ebook, Stop Simping in the Workplace, most people who are serious about work, what they want to do is they want to go to work. They'll work for somebody towards the goals they want to achieve. And then once they achieve what they want to achieve in a place, they then move on to the next goal. They're not about working for somebody else. They're always about working for themselves. And when you work for yourself, that's the best thing possible. And the ultimate actualization of working for yourself is having your own business. And sadly, most black people aren't thinking about entrepreneurship these days, but entrepreneurship is something very positive for black people, because it shows that we believe enough in ourselves to create our own businesses for ourselves and then work for ourselves and then hire people who look like us because we believe in those people. And all of that is something that is done in building a strong community, because people who believe in themselves go out and start their own businesses and their own enterprise, and they work for themselves because they believe in what they do, and they believe what they do is great, they believe what they do has value, and they believe what they do has enough value for them that they're willing to invest in themselves and invest in building something for themselves, because they know that working for somebody else means giving away everything that they have of value, but they want to keep something of value for themselves. That's why working for yourself has a higher value, as I see it, than going to work at a company. And if you're working for yourself, you are working towards actualizing your own potential and achieving all the goals you set to accomplish in your life. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. And if you'd like to try some of my SJS Direct Publishing titles, you may do so by clicking the link to Amazon.com in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.